You can roughly locate any community in the world, somewhere along a scale running all the way from democracy to despotism. One to the democracy end, another somewhere in the middle, and a third. Let's find out about despotism. This man makes it his job to study these things.
Looking over at Boise, thank you guys. Any heteros over there?
Citizens take rubber bullets to the face. We'll make it measure depths with a bouncy house race. American rights are at risk every day. A day's biggest head challenge if you get on parade. Hellion.Vision, all they need evaluation. Everything they do is just a gender affirmation. Some of it is gone, so they need your confirmation. There's only one thing left, they can save the population. Heterosexual ego dead. Heterosexual ego dead.
Well, for one thing, avoid the comfortable idea that the mere form of government can of itself safeguard a nation against despotism. Many observers have found that two workable yardsticks help in discovering how near a community is to despotism: the respect scale and the power scale.
A careful observer can use a respect scale to find how many citizens get an even break.
All right, there we go.
As a community moves towards despotism, respect is restricted to fewer people. A community is low on a respect scale if common courtesy is withheld from large groups of people on account of their political attitudes. If people are rude to others because they think their wealth and position gives them that right, or because they don't like a man's race or his religion. A power scale is another important yardstick of despotism. It gauges the citizens' share in making the community's decisions. Communities which concentrate decision-making in a few hands rate low on a power scale and are moving towards despotism. Like France under the Bourbon kings, one of whom said, "The state, I am the state."
Sound fucking familiar?
Today, democracy can ebb away in communities whose citizens allow power to become concentrated in the hands of bosses.
What I say goes, see? I'm the law around here.
Sucking bait to see the C-suite. You're a company man. For the boss season as a damage acquisition. We gladly bend you over to assume the position. Desperately for prosperity. They're desperate for a taste. So they show their respect to the man with the check. Even though the fucker is just corporate waste. Corporate waste. Corporate waste. Corporate waste. Corporate waste. Corporate waste. Waiting. Your mother. Just to convince you of their lies. Their lies always tell you they measure meritocracy. And each checkbook explodes in their hypocrisy. Corporate waste. Your God is not a CEO. That subservient mentality has got to go. Let's corporate greed, the sex with grog, more human compassion, and more fucking rock.
Let's save the talk. Can't we agree that capitalism is an economic system? A system for the production and distribution of things we need and want?
I won't agree to that. Not until you say something about government, too. There has to be a legal basis for any economic system to operate.
Well, it's easy to see that you have different ideas
This
of
is
what
a song
capitalism is. Maybe we should talk about what it
about
is
flogging
not.
the dolphin.
It is not a system of strict governmental control
man
and planning
making
in which
money
a
off of it.
dictator or board tells people what jobs they may hold and what goods they may produce.
And it's not a system of government ownership. Let me tell you about something. It shows that the basis of the capitalistic system is
commodification of the good.
Sex sells, so what's next? Anything to get your check. Pick your basis of desires, set your finances on fire.
Enjoying ourselves today, folks?
Well, if drinking white wine out of a 4-ounce glass is your idea of enjoyment, see, it's white wine in a 3-ounce glass, red in a 4.
Hey, you with the goatee. 2 words for you, pal. Light and, Archie, I need an extension cord to Buffalo Wings. Go. Au revoir. Raising the roof with the coot. How you doing? Who's bored? Raise your hand. Anybody?
If you're gonna be a dick, you better have jokes. And if you're gonna talk shit, you better talk it at the right folks. If you look around at all these fancy clowns, it becomes quite clear that only cowards plunge down.
Coward punch down. Tell me what you say. All cowards get somebody's army of keys. Warm and safe, he's built his case. Saying things he never fucking say to your face. So when these bigots talk, subject the Nazi tons to the fucking rock. Subject these Nazi tons to the radical sound. These cowards must go.
Old school Yuma bangers for you. Let's go. The stories of the day you wish you could recall the moments that once occurred. Retract the footsteps that brought us to this point. I wouldn't ask this. Good eye, sniper. I shoot, you run. The words you scribbled on the walls, the loss of friends you I'll call you when the time's right. Are you out? Them all to know the end of us all. Run quick, they're behind us. Did you think we'd ever make it this close to safety in one piece? Now you wanna kill me in the act of what could make me. Save us from sleep and what we are. Good eye sniper, I shoot, you run. The word you scribbled on the loss of friends you didn't have. I'll call you when the time's right. Are you about with them all to know the end of us all? Bye bye, beautiful. Don't bother to write. I stand by your words, and they're calling up court. Face step let down. Face step, step down. Bye bye, you beautiful. Don't bother to write. I stay by your words, and I'm calling, of course. Face step, step down. Face step, step down. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. I will be right back. I'll put this guitar down and we'll get into some shit.
It truly was the road. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's me. I'm sorry. It's Hellion.Vision from the channel Hellion.Vision. Just wanted to let you know real quick that your style is bad. It's not good. It's really not good at all, but it's okay. I'm here to help. That's right, designed by yours truly. It's time you got some clothes that riff as hard as you do, don't you think? Look at this fancy number right here. Look at this little number right here. Or how about this one? Yeah, you'd like to wear that, wouldn't you? Order this one, drape it over your nips, boom, it's Knitmas. In all sincerity, I had a lot of fun designing these clothes. I want to do it a lot more, and it's a great way to support the channel. Oh, wait a minute, handsome viewer, I forgot to tell you. Channel members get discounts. Oh, what's up, everybody? Everybody, marimba, come on, give them a what's up. Give them a what's up. Say hi to the people. He free roams around here. Get you a streamer who free roams their dog. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, everybody, welcome to the stream. Let's fucking get into it. How's everybody doing tonight? Ginger snacks. Great to see you. Ooh, spaghetti? Cooked spaghetti sauce from scratch? For a second, I was like, what is the difference between cooked spaghetti sauce and uncooked spaghetti sauce? But then I understood what you meant. Todd, what's up? Do a Limp Bizkit cover in honor. Oh, yeah, Sam Rivers did die. Yes, you're right. I should do that one day. That'd be pretty fun. I'll do like a Cookie Monster version of What About the Nookie. I'll do What About the Cookie. Oh, no, that's stupid. Sorry. Ajax, what's happening? Johnny, Bass Johnny in the chat. Hey, hey. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got some fun stuff for you today. Thank you very much for joining. I'm so excited about today just because it was fun to do a COHEED cover. Because I'm like Timu Claudio Sanchez. You know, I'm aware of what I am, so it's just a very nice thing. Oh, hold on. Tony in the house. Turn up that mic. Yep. That's on me. I always forget. Boom. Thank you, Tony. Rocking it. Wife in the chat. Always making sure we're cooking with the mic. Okay, everybody. Welcome. So we have crazy stuff. I mean, I know I say this every week, but I'm sorry. Every week, stuff just keeps going wild. Let me tell you what's on the menu for tonight. First of all, last week we did a little Thursday stream for the Dream Machine. Listen to my hall wife. Thank you, Tony. I will always listen to my hall wife because I am a smart man. So yeah, that's anyway, yeah, we did an extra Dream Machine. Yo, if you have not sat in to check that out, even if you're not a gamer, you have to, because like everyone who was here can attest, it like emotionally mind-blowing stuff. Music incredible, very COHEED and Cambria-esque with some of that music, which is amazing. So yeah, we're loving it, guys. We're having a great time. So anyway, let me tell you about what we've got on the news front tonight. But yes. Oh, Johnny, you listened to the whole COHEED discography before? Yes. Oh my God. They are the best. And their recent albums are amazing too. And they do shred. They have some incredible riffs. Some of my favorite riffs have come off of just the last album. Window of the Waking Mind, is that, or no, Father of Tomorrow, that one. The song, I gotta pull it up because I gotta not forget now. Oh, Searching for Tomorrow. Yeah, that's a ripper. That's got a nice little riff. It's good. It's great stuff. Yeah, I got emotional too, Ajax, because that was the first album that came out when my child was born. So you know, I mean, I get emotional at all the albums. So you know, but you know, they hit you with that corner of my confidence, and then you're just like, oh, I'm a baby again. And then they hit you with the what was the single after that? It's really, really good. Someone Who Can. Yeah, that's right. The 80s sounding one. They rule, and I love them. Good stuff. So anyway, guys, here's what we've got on the docket for this evening. I hope we get through all this news. You know, we probably won't even get through all of it, but let me tell you some of the things that we will definitely be going over. We're going to talk about Steven Tyler a little bit tonight and how he's a nasty little freak. I've enjoyed going over some rock stuff last week, and I think I'm always gonna keep some music stuff in there. I think we all dig some music around here, right? So we're gonna be talking about Steven Tyler's creepy old past, because I used to love Aerosmith as a kid, and you know, if I can't have it, nobody can. No, I'm just kidding. I'll explain why we're gonna talk about it later. Kermit, what's up? Hola, familia. Ooh, man, I can't even. I'm gonna cry. Don't you make me cry. So, look, we're gonna be talking about Stephen Miller and how he's afraid of chalk. Okay, basically, some people wrote some peaceful messages in chalk outside of his house, and he was like, "I gotta move because chalk is scary." So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Steven Tyler being a nasty freak. We're gonna talk about there's these weekly phone calls that go on with RFK and like his fans, people who support him, you know, his constituents. And some of the stuff on there is fucking strange. I put one of the quotes in the title of the stream tonight, obviously, which is fluoride disconnects you from God. So we will be talking about that. Make no mistake. We're also going to talk about I'm sure you guys have seen the, that little snafu with the Republican representatives in office. What did they have in the background of the Zoom meeting? What was that on the American? Oh yeah, what was that again? It was a fucking swastika. So we're gonna talk about how that's being reported on, and we're gonna talk about the kind of slants on that story, because I've seen some funny stuff. People trying to be like, oh, yo, there's a very reasonable explanation for this. It was a fucking psyop. Somebody came in there and planted invisible ink Nazi swastikas. So yeah, we're gonna be checking that out. Europeans did a double racism in one picture. We're gonna talk about that. A European bank. They're just silly stuff, because I know I got some Europeans in the audience here, so I want to make sure we're. And some Scottish TikToker who convinced her friends and family that a doll was her baby child. So that's crazy. So, woo. We're going all over the place tonight. And that's not even all the stuff I have here. I have a Halloween party at a coroner's office that got canceled. I don't even know how we're gonna do this. But let's pop it off, okay? You know how we do it around here. We go sweet and sour, okay? For every shit story we do a little palate cleanser. So let's ease into the shit here, literally. And I want to tell you guys about. Well, look, around here, we often like to talk about how bodily function, we talk about capitalism in general around here, and we talk about how it can, weird things happen with late stage capitalism, right? That's what my original song, Commodification of the Goon, is all about, right? But that's just the front. That's the PP. That's the front side. What about the back side? What about the poo-poo? Well, don't you worry, we're going to commodify that too. Once I pull up this, okay, now we're going to commodify it. Everybody, welcome to the new hellscape, where you may not wipe your butt without paying for it, okay? China is testing a technology here that would make it so that wiping your butt would cost money, okay? Now, there's a million reasons why this is a terrible fucking idea. I mean, can we not financially gatekeep clean assholes? I mean, yeah. What are we doing here? So let's get into this. Let's read this article. Officials say the system curbs waste. I would like to bop the official with a balloon on the head. Okay, I think that's basically as mild as you're supposed to put things. Okay. WTF. Love it. Love when you just start an article like that. You tell me how I'm feeling. Public restrooms in parts of China are testing new dispensers that release toilet paper only after users scan a QR code and watch an online advertisement, a system that has drawn widespread public criticism. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're not paying. You're paying, but it's your mental that you're paying with, right? You're paying for your time. It's so anybody can wipe their butt, but you must be advertised to have your butt cleaned, okay? That's all. Now, local governments have not disclosed how many units are in operation or whether data collected will be, anonymized or monitored. That's right. Ajax. Wait, hold on. Before we even dive into it, Ajax with a goddamn pro tip. You can mute most gas station pump ads. It's usually second or third button down from the top right. That's incredible. Now, I'm a Jersey princess, so I don't pump my own gas. But I have had to do it before, and I hate those. So that is a great... Nothing feels more dystopian. I really hate the ads in the taxis. That's the real... I hate that. You cannot escape that shit. Yeah, expect shit-covered bathrooms. Exactly, yeah. Like, I guess we're not wiping anymore. Kermit. Benefits of Cloaca don't need two ads. You're goddamn right about that. Tony, oh my God. Oh, wife in the chat bringing up a fantastic point. What if your phone dies? What if you don't have a phone? Like, shit, man. The streets are gonna run brown with fucking shit. Okay. The mounted paper dispensers are equipped with optical scanners that display a QR code. Users must use their smartphones to connect to the dispenser, triggering an app-based video advertisement that runs for a few seconds. That's insane. When the ad concludes, the machine releases a controlled length of paper. Those unwilling to engage with the promotional content can bypass the process by paying 0.5 renminbi, about 7 US cents. Okay, so you can pay. Yo, this is... How are you turning shitting into a mobile game? How are we turning shitting into a mobile game? That's impossible. I don't get it. This is... okay. This is it. This is it right here. Let's watch this person pay for toilet paper. Get that shit out of here. Oh my God, look, there's an ad. Is it enough toilet paper? That's... Guys, can we analyze? Was that enough toilet paper? Everybody drop it in chat. Everybody drop it in chat. Was that enough toilet paper for you? And I want honest answers. Did enough toilet paper just come out? It looks like she already got one here. Here we go. Yeah, we're watching a second ad. Look, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not, I mean, that's a PP amount at most. That's not a guys, that's not a poopy wipe. Oh my God, guys, what the fuck are you guys saying? My wife has turned this chat into a goddamn cloaca fest. And I love it. Yeah, no, this is not enough for a public toilet, right? Because there's a few things to consider. If you're at a public toilet, it's game time. It's probably not like, a nice, tidy, I was able to hold this and it's a little bento box. No, like it's coming out Jackson Pollock style. You know how it is. This is crazy. Municipal officials have described the program as part of an ongoing campaign to reduce waste in public facilities. Ejected one ad per 3 squares on single ply. People are going to be in there watching ads for 30 minutes. That's so true. No, it's okay. So the general consensus is that is just not enough toilet paper. And I think even in this, like, this person already had toilet paper in their hands. Look at this. They already had some. They knew that's not it. Battle Shits is fucking classic, Kermit. Wow. What a reference. Is that Harold and Kumar, or is that... I think that's Harold and Kumar. I get my early aught stoner films mixed up, obviously, as you should be. There's writing on the wall, and it's with shit. Yeah, I mean... You're going to have, like, a shit stain on the side that somebody's, like, warning to other travelers. Like, it's, like, basically Dark Souls, right? You want to leave a message behind and be like, you're going to need 7 cents. And, like, especially if you were the guy who didn't have your phone, it's a very Dark Souls-like situation where you're like, well, I'm leaving this stall all covered in shit, and I don't want the next person to have to deal with what I dealt with because I didn't bring my phone with me and I didn't bring my wallet in. So I had to leave a message, and that was the best way for me to wipe, okay? What the fuck is going on with this story? Cases of residents and tourists taking large amounts of complimentary paper have been documented for years in high-traffic areas, leading some city governments to test technology-based rationing measures. Wait a minute. How is this not a problem in America? Residents and tourists taking large amounts of complimentary paper have been documented for years in high-traffic areas. Because, I mean, like, in America, we're shitting... Like, we're shitting wild over here, okay? So I don't know how China's just fine. Like, how are they having this problem and we're not having this problem? I just don't understand it. The new dispensers represent an evolution of earlier systems, chiefly the facial recognition machines installed at Beijing's Temple of Heaven Park in 2017. Are you kidding me? Those devices use a face scan to identify individuals and impose a timed restriction, allowing only a small amount of paper every 9 minutes. What? Wait a minute. Let me read that again. There's the earlier systems of toilet paper management were facial recognition machines that scanned your face and identified you and said every 9 minutes you may have a little bit of paper, you sloppy hold individual. What is this? What is this? Yeah, timed pooping. Absolutely. Always carry your own towel wipes. Yeah, Kermit, that's a great piece of advice there. Ginger says, I just know how people can did janitorial for a month, and after dealing with the bathroom for a month, I quit to work construction in January in New York. So all I can imagine angry should be, yeah. I mean, no, I don't think it's a good policy. Janitorial staff across the nation can be like, what the fuck, man? Nobody's wiping their ass anymore. Like, this place fucking stinks. It remains unclear whether the advertisement-based dispensers will expand beyond their trial phase. Supporters say these new ad-based dispensers use simple digital scans instead of facial recognition, making them easier to set up and manage. Each dispenser connects via a low-power wireless module to an advertising platform capable of serving localized or targeted video content. It's just so much work for the shitter. I just don't understand it. I mean, I understand it. It's capitalism. Like, everything's got a price, and so does your fucking shit. Unsurprisingly, public response has been cynical. Videos circulating on Chinese social media platforms show visitors expressing frustration at the process. Critics question both its practicality and its effect on public dignity. Yeah, toilet paper in China now requires watching ads. Dignity is no longer free. It's sponsored. One user wrote on X. That's a great way to put it. Like, literally, you don't get to just have a clean hole. That's going to cost you. I'm sorry, you want to have a clean hole in public? To the general benefit of everybody? No, you don't get that. You cannot have that. You have to watch fucking Billy Mays scream at... No, but can you imagine? Billy Mays, he'd be upset with what he's seeing now. It's just crazy, because, like, toilet paper in China now requires watching ads. Dignity is no longer free. What an incredible way to put it. Like, I mean, come on. This is too far. The debate has also revived discussion about the country's hybrid economic model. China's rapid embrace of digital commerce and cashless transactions has generated technological innovation, but also new forms of monetization in daily life. What began as a solution to paper theft has, in many eyes of residents, become an emblem of a broader tension where public infrastructure intersects with private profit and behavioral surveillance. Absolutely. That's a really great way to put it. So in a nutshell, right? If you want to take a shit in some of these public places in China, you have to watch an ad on your phone or pay 7 cents to get a thing of toilet paper that's like this long. It's just simply not enough. Like, how is this happening? I'm just absolutely goddamn baffled. TP roll referencing Hitchhiker, bring your towel. Bring your own clamshells. There you go. If you don't... The next stage, Kermit says, the next stage is if you don't pay, they will post when you poop and where. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, like, they're going to start limiting the amount that you can dookie, for sure. They're going to say, oh, I'm sorry, you did a 10 gram poop. I have no idea what poop weights are supposed to be, but, like... Oh, you did a 300-gram poop or whatever, that's above the weight limit. So if you want to flush it, it's going to be, 50 cents or whatever. No. This is not good. This is not... Who the fuck made this stock photo? Don't panic with the toilet paper roll. I'm panicked now. Fuck you. Okay, anyway, that's our first story of the day there, everybody. Give yourself a pat on the back, for making it through. You did a great job, and I mean, yeah, it's you've reached your Kermit, you have reached your fecal limit for today. That's the next step. You've reached your fecal limit. So anyway, I mean, capitalism may be ridiculous and lead to ridiculous things. But you know what else is ridiculous and leads to ridiculous things? Just the ridiculous world we're living in terms of the political climate and the people who are running things. But basically, what I'm trying to get to is, you know, back when Elon Musk legalized comedy, we didn't think it was going to end up being such a big deal, right? I mean, you know, now we can joke again. That's great. But people didn't realize that these, you know, these fascists were going to start trying to joke. And when fascists joke, I mean, it's just always bad. They're not good at creating anything, and they're not good at creating guffaws. They can only take things, and they take the worst of the things because they have no taste. So, case in point, well, White House's Carolyn Levitt and Stephen Chung say, "Your mom," when asked who suggested Hungary for Putin-Trump meeting. So yes, the people running our country literally responded to a reporter with "your mom." So yeah, top White House officials told a reporter, "Your mom," when this is gonna be hard to read. Top White House officials told a reporter, "Your mom," when asked who picked the location for President Donald Trump's upcoming meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump announced Thursday that he will soon meet with Putin in Budapest, Hungary, to discuss an end to the war in Ukraine. The choices raised questions because Putin is wanted by the ICC. However, Hungary appears unlikely to cooperate with the warrant, as in the process of leaving the court, the Associated Press reports. When HuffPost asked the White House who chose the location for the meeting, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt replied, "Your mom did." White House Communications Director Stephen Chung also followed up with, "Your mom," the outlet reports. HuffPost then asked Levitt if she thought her response was funny, which that's actually funny to be like, "You think you're fucking funny?" She responded, "It's funny to me that you actually consider yourself a journalist. You are a far-left hack who nobody takes seriously, including your colleagues in the media. They just don't tell you to your face. Stop texting me your disingenuous blast of bullshit." That's my Carolyn Levitt impression. I'm sorry. So yeah, I just thought that was inconsequential, but like, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah, most moms are smarter than that. Yeah, exactly. It's just like I just stop trying to do comedy. Speaking of stop trying to do comedy, you know, back when I started on YouTube like a year ago, not that long ago at all, but like the one of the first videos I did was about Jerry Seinfeld and how I don't really think he's all that funny. But aside that, he's a fucking huge creep. But basically, you know, the whole crux of the video was, here's every creepy thing he did, and if that's not enough for you, like, here's him not being funny and why he's not funny. Ginger says, "These people are the human equivalent to pull my finger." Yeah, they absolutely are. Like, they are literally just like, they're just like little babies who you jingle the keys in front of, and they're like, "Ah!" Like, you know, they're very easy to get a reaction from. But anyways, I did this whole video on Jerry Seinfeld, and I was like, oh, I think, you know, tons of people will probably agree with just like the fact that Jerry Seinfeld being like 37 or however old he was, dating a 17-year-old is like wildly creepy. And everyone's like, "No, that's fucking sick." And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. America's just like fucking all pedophiles. Oops, all pedophiles. But anyway, all this is just a long story short to say, you know, Jerry Seinfeld's got to just stop doing comedy. Because, you know, I can't tell what's a joke and what's not anymore, because the shit he just says is so outrageous. But anyway, he recently compared Free Palestine movement to the Ku Klux Klan, you know. He's just always right off the money. He's always just so far away from the mark. So he made another appearance at Duke University. I don't know why they keep bringing him back, because, like, you know, he got booed last time. But anyway, Jerry Seinfeld denounced the Free Palestine movement as anti-Semitic and likened its rhetoric to that of the Ku Klux Klan during a surprise appearance at Duke University. The fuck? He's just never been funny, but like, how out of touch can you fucking be? So he says, by the way, I mean, if you didn't know already, Jerry Seinfeld is like a Zionist freak. He's been to, he's like taken his family on vacations to the like IDF training camp, like tourists. They do like military tourism where you can go and do like fake terrorist drills. Fake terrorist drills and shit. Like they teach you how to genocide, and you go on a vacation with your family and you learn how to genocide, and like people bring their kids, and it's so gross. But yeah, Free Palestine to me, this is what Jerry says about the Free Palestine movement. He says, Free Palestine is, to me, just, you're free to say you don't like Jews. Just say you don't like Jews, the 71-year-old comedian said on stage, according to the Duke University Chronicle. By saying Free Palestine, you're not admitting to what you really think, he continued. So it's actually, compared to the Ku Klux Klan, I'm actually thinking the Klan is actually a little better here, because they can come right out and say, we don't like blacks, we don't like Jews. Okay, that's honest. So, just to break it down, what Jerry Seinfeld is saying here is that the Free Palestine movement, a movement advocating for, people not being genocided, for the sovereignty of the Palestinian people, is very much like the Ku Klux Klan, which is a white power organization that had many roots and probably still has many roots in the government, and is just an organization that straight up commits hate crimes against people. They're terrorists. The Ku Klux Klan is terrorism. Like, Jerry. Ajax says, Seinfeld was the worst character on Seinfeld. Kramer and George Floyd. Exactly. So even my last video, that's one of the I'm like, the show's called Seinfeld. He's the least funny guy. He's literally the foil to everybody's actual humor. He's just the guy that goes, what? Oh, deli meat. Ginger says, Seinfeld talking about the KKK. What does Kramer think about? Yeah, Kramer probably loves it. Yeah, you guys remember Kramer when he, the actor who played Kramer went on, he was doing comedy, and he, I think he dropped an N-bomb or something. I can't even remember exactly what it is. But, oh my God, just crazy. So, let's see what happened here. Seinfeld appeared at the event in North Carolina to introduce Omar Shem Tov, an Israeli man abducted at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th, 2023, when Hamas and others killed nearly 1,200 Israelis and abducted 252 others. He was held captive for 505 days since the 7th of October. Israel has killed more than 62,000 people in what leading experts have defined as genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. That's not the correct number at the moment. Seinfeld, who is Jewish, also detailed his experience of visiting Tel Aviv to meet with families of the hostages as an effort to call attention to their plight. The event was primarily sponsored by Chabad at Duke alongside the Provost's Initiative on the Middle East, university centers, and Jewish student groups. Seinfeld's appearance was not announced before the event, which was open to Duke students, faculty, and staff. According to university spokesperson, Seinfeld requested his appearance not be announced beforehand, given Omar Shevtov's experiences were the focus of the event. Yo, shut the fuck up. He was just being a coward because last time he went, he got fucking ragged on by like a bunch of the students. And everyone knows if he announced he was coming there, everyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Kermit says, oh, yeah. Kramer tried to do a shock humor thing. It was not good. But I don't know if Kramer's that bad. I have no idea. I don't remember what the thing was. I think he dropped an N-bomb. I don't know. Look, if you're willing to drop an N-bomb on stage, your comedy thing, I just think you're kind of shitty. And honestly, I just think your humor is not that good. Like, you're not that funny. I think people that gotta resort to that stuff, like, if you're dropping like R slurs and stuff like that, I immediately discount your comedy. I'm like, oh, you're not smart enough to think of anything. You gotta just go for like a quick like boom, like here's a little quick shock for you, you know? Fucking, so yeah, that shit. I don't know. Like, I'm no comedian myself, but like, I think this shit is like, these are not funny. Anyway. According to a university spokesperson, Seinfeld requested his appearance not be announced beforehand. Duke does not preview the remarks of speakers who are invited to campus, and the invitation of speakers to campus does not imply any endorsement of their remarks. They added in an email quoted by the Chronicle. Yeah, oh my God, dude. You know the fucking the staff, like, when they heard that, oh yes, Mr. Fishy Fish, you're the only cuck in Twitch chat, but welcome to the Twitch chat. We're very happy to have you there. Dude, you know the staff, like, when they heard him saying that, was probably like, oh, we got to get the email going right now. Start writing it up. Get it? It's not, no. How can they even think, like, why would they even have him back? This guy just is the dumbest shit. So fucking dumb. The Guardian has contacted Seinfeld's representatives for comment. Seinfeld has been a vocal supporter of Israel during the genocide in Gaza, though has never invoked the Klan. Yeah, the anti-black and anti-Semitic hate group formed in the aftermath of the American Civil War. He told GQ last April during promotion for his Netflix movie Unfrosted, I don't preach about he's calling it the war. I have my personal feelings about it that I discuss privately. It's not part of what I can do comedically, but my feelings are very strong. Oh, man. A month later, roughly 100 Duke students walked out of Seinfeld's commencement address at the university in protest against his support of Israel, with some chanting Free Palestine and waving Palestinian flags. Yep. Seinfeld continued his speech despite the interruptions. A lot of you are thinking, I can't believe they invited this guy. Too late, he said, after vowing to defend the concept of privilege. Holy shit, dude. I say use your privilege. I grew up a Jewish boy from New York. That is a privilege if you want to be a comedian, he added. That June, during a comedy show in Sydney, Seinfeld was heckled by a pro-Palestine audience member who accused him of being a genocide supporter. Seinfeld replied with sarcasm, we have a genius, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fucking zinger, Seinfeld. That, oh my God. See, this is why he's a comedy legend. Yo, this guy's, he gets heckled on stage. He says, I got 2 in the clip for that anytime. Come on. You gonna heckle me? Shut up. Yeah. Idiot. Like, what the fuck, man? Holy shit. So, yeah. So this guy, what did I just did something. Sorry. Never mind me. This guy, and when I say this guy, I mean Jerry Seinfeld, this guy, said, we have a genius, ladies and gentlemen. He solved the Middle East. He solved it. It's the Jewish comedians. That's who we have to get. Oh, Jerry. Spot on. He's got his finger on the pulse. And come on. If I was at a comedy show and I heard a guy heckling someone and then they went up to him and went, you're a genius, I'd probably piss my goddamn pants. That is funny. During an event commemorating the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live in February, an influencer tried to get Seinfeld to say Free Palestine while taking a selfie. Seinfeld remarked, I don't care about Palestine. He's just like, come on. It's so cool to be Seinfeld. Who wouldn't want to be that guy? Like, he seems like he's so fun at parties too. Like, besides just being a total goddamn dick, he seems like he's probably the wettest blanket at a party. Ginger, is he a raging homophobe as well? I mean, that's not surprising at all. Sorry, I unplugged a thingy over here. Let me plug that in. Boop. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he got famous before we had options. Yeah, that's so it. And you know what? Honestly, that's kind of like how I feel about, like, last week we talked about, this, and this has sort of been the thing that's been in my head lately and that I've been talking about. It's just the cult of personality that we see in so much stuff, because I feel like it is really it's a problem right now on so many layers. We see the cult of personality, you know, dictating who people choose for the president. You know, people don't research, you know, they vote for Trump. And then we get the shit that we dealing with right now. We get people just completely uninformed on stuff. And then we also have people like, you know, I've been feeling it with like the whole, you know, the Hasanabi with the dog thing. Like, it's just so crazy, man. People like get so sidetracked by all the drama and all that different stuff that it's like, it's only about the cult of personality. We're so far removed from the you know, discussion of the actual problems. It's so crazy. But Jerry Seinfeld, absolutely a part of that. Like, just doesn't have to be connected at all to anything. Sorry, Mr. Man, to rain on your Jerry Seinfeld parade, but yeah, he's. Oh yeah, Ginger, you're right. His gay French king joke. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, so Seinfeld has a famous joke. Oh, wait a minute. Yo, I'm just gonna pull it up because it's so bad, guys. It's so bad. This is a famous joke of his. And it is just the dumbest fucking shit, guys. Comedy. Oh, fucking. Oh, no sound. There was no sound on that. Hold on, I got you.
Darn they, yeah.
I got you. That was user error. You know what? The joke is actually better with the volume off. Let's try that again.
The people in your life, they're so important, aren't they? Yeah. Really? They don't seem very important. Not the way you scroll through their names on your contact list like a gay French king. Who pleases me today?
Comedy!
Who shall I favor? Who shall I delete?
It's just the most boomerfied humor. It's just the most boomerfied humor you could ever fucking ask for. And like, he's supposed to be a legend. That's a comedy legend right there. So, yeah, he's a fucking freak. And speaking of comedy, so I'm cooking up the next, yeah, exactly. What even was that? Yeah, Jingle says, what even was that? Yeah, it's literally, I told you, it was better. Yeah, it was better without the sound. I'm telling you. Oh, Ginger said he upgraded his technology in the joke right there. It was like a phone book or something. So anyway, yeah, like Seinfeld, he's fucking sucks, dude. So anyway, I'm cooking up the next video essay right now. Should be coming out either this week or the end of next week. New song, new everything, you know. And it's going to be a sequel to one of my older videos, which is about Bill Burr not understanding comedy because he doesn't. The whole thing was a satire, right, about him not understanding Rogan's 3 pillars of comedy, which are brotherhood, entrepreneurship, and men's health. You know, that's the modern school of comedy. And Bill Burr was making fun of Elon Musk. And so that just shows that you don't understand comedy, right? You know, making fun of billionaires is not funny, you know? So I did a whole video on that basically. But now I'm doing another video, another satire, okay? So just as we go into it, about the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Because, you know, everybody's now done that. And Bill Burr went and did that. And everybody's basically like, oh, if you're not okay with me doing this, then, you know, you're racist. Is basically like what that's basically everybody's go-to right now is like, yeah, we did the Saudi Arabian Comedy Festival for the Saudi Arabian state government. You don't like that? Oh, well, you're a racist piece of shit. But anyway, I'm doing a whole video about now. Bill Burr obviously understands comedy because he's doing a more traditional classical form of comedy from the school of gesturing, which is more about sucking off a king to completion and then, bragging about it with all your, friends. And it's also better for the peasantry when that's done. So I'm going to do an analysis on that. That'll be fun. So that's just in the comedy docket, okay? We're in a comedy state. We're in the comedy state right now. Since, everything is fascism. So might as well, make the comedy fascism too. Why not? Anyway, let's do a little bit of a palate cleanser, because I don't know, man. When I hear about Seinfeld, I just feel yucky. So let's talk about the worst idea for a Halloween party ever, okay? Now look, Halloween parties are a tricky thing. You don't want to have a run-of-the-mill Halloween party, okay? You want your decorations to be on point. It's the spooky season. It's the time you can really go in for it, okay? For an office Halloween party, there's obviously some rules and regulations you're going to have to abide by. You maybe can't go as gory, but that actually depends on the workplace, right? And for only... look, I'm just going to put it like this. Some workplaces are better for a Halloween party than others, but some are too good. Some are too good that you're just going to have to cancel it because it's kind of like too real. And that brings us to the Pueblo County Coroner's Office. They were going to have a Halloween party, but they are now in a rotting corpse controversy. Oh, man, I almost got through the whole thing. But it's coroner's office was going to have a Halloween party, and I guess there's a problem with one of the stiffs. We're going to find out. This is Pueblo County, Colorado. This is their trick-or-treat. Come be spooky with us. Pueblo County Coroner's Office. Yeah. Guys, I don't... So, you don't have to look very hard to find shit that's crazy in the country. It's kind of depressing every day. You would think like the coroner's office would be like, maybe we don't have to have a Halloween party. It's maybe even a little disrespectful to have a Halloween party in the coroner's office. But everyone's got to loosen the tie, I guess. I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's see. Why go to the rich neighborhoods for trick-or-treating when you can go to the morgue instead? Guys, I say this every time. There's nothing better than just like smaller publications. They always open up an article. They know how to do it so much better than the others. Yesterday, October 16th, the Pueblo County Coroner's Office announced it was throwing a Halloween party on October 31st, hoping to provide a safe and sweet Halloween celebration for the community. Kind of weird, but okay. You're not going to get that in the New York Times. Come on. The local coroner isn't the first place I take children to on Halloween, but it's hard to hate on someone wanting to bring a little joy and candy to children in a supervised setting. Some murder fetishizing influencers or podcast hosts would be down, and it's still way less creepy than whatever's going on at the evangelical church. Well done, coroner's office. But parties are all about expectations, and the Pueblo County Coroner's Office probably should have expected raised eyebrows while announcing a public Halloween party less than 2 months after the office was at the center of a nationally infamous controversy involving hidden and decomposing bodies. Yo, what the fuck? This world is held together with pulled pork sandwiches and meat pies. Everybody. Pulled pork sandwiches! This world is held together with duct tape. Nobody knows what they're doing. This world is popsicle sticks held together with glue. That's what this is. Life is the most fragile house of cards you've ever seen in your life. Okay? Here we go. In late August, Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter was busted for allegedly stuffing well over a dozen decomposing bodies and remains behind a hidden door at a mortuary he owns in Pueblo. Why were you doing that, Brian? Brian? Are you hiding those bodies again, Brian? What the fuck is the case is still under investigation, but Cotter quickly resigned after pressure from local authorities and Governor Jared Polis. Yeah, probably. According to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the total number of bodies found at the mortuary is still unknown, but some of them could have been there as long as 15 years, while next of kin may have received fake cremains. Okay, cremains is cremated remains. Guys, you know, look, I'm not someone who's going to bust you for not doing your job. Okay, I'm all for slacking off at work a little bit. Okay, it's fine. Everybody does it. I'm not going to bust you. All right? But Brian, but Brian, what are we doing? What are we doing with these cremains? I do love the term cremains. I'm gonna start calling, like, if I'm ever eating a croissant and there's just little flakes, those are the cremains, the flakes of the croissant that you don't finish. Stupid, fucking stupid. I should study the school of comedy from Jerry. Oh God. Okay, so let's see what's going on. How is this like how is this a thing? Why did this happen? On October 17th, Cotter's Davis Mortuary and Davis Crematory permanently relinquished their registrations to operate as a funeral home establishment and crematory in Colorado, according to the Department of Regulatory Agencies. This has the same effect as a revocation. As part of the relinquishment, Cotter agreed to not apply for registration or license of any kind with the Colorado Office of Funeral and Mortuary Science Services in the future. This mess was the latest in a long string of malpractice situations at Colorado mortuaries and funeral homes. Here are a few examples to go with your morning cereal. I love small publication. So good. From 2010 to 2018, the operators of Montrose Funeral Home were arrested for illegally selling hundreds of bodies or body parts for research purposes without the knowledge of the victims' families. Holy shit, that's fucking body part black market. That's real shit. That's crazy. Dude, the people who do this shit, who do body part black market, that's fucking crazy. Holy moly. I'm never eating creminis again, am I right, gang? Oh, in 2020, a rotting corpse and unbleached, a rotting corpse and unlabeled cremains were discovered in facilities in Leadville and Gypsum, owned by Kent Funeral Homes. In October 2023, the decaying remains of nearly 200 people were found improperly stored at the Return to Nature Funeral Home in Penrose, leading to charges for the facility's owners. In February 2024, the corpse of a 63-year-old woman was discovered inside of a hearse at the Denver home of funeral parlor owner Miles Harford. The cremated remains of around 30 people were also found on the property. What's going on? What's going on, mortuary people? What is this? Until last year, Colorado was the only state in the country that did not mandate any license or certification for funeral directors, but Cotter was an elected official of Pueblo County for over 10 years on top of owning a funeral home. Holy shit, this is an elected official. And even though he's no longer at the office and no longer employees and no other employees with the Pueblo County Coroner's Office have been charged, people don't forget, especially in less than 2 months. Comments in a now-deleted social media post announcing the Halloween party called out the coroner's office for being tone-deaf and out of touch. But around 9 p.m. last night, the flyer had been taken down from the Pueblo County Facebook page, and a written statement from Dr. Greg Grayheck, the current Pueblo County coroner, had been posted. According to Grayheck, the coroner's office has actually held Halloween parties before and didn't mean to cause any discomfort with the recent announcement. Quote, the coroner's office recently announced plans to host a community Halloween trick-or-treat event. Our intent was simply to provide a safe, family-friendly opportunity for children and families to enjoy the holiday together, as we had provided in the past. It noted, "It has become clear, however, that the event was not well received by some members of the community. We recognize and respect those concerns, and as such, we have decided to cancel the event. We sincerely apologize for any discomfort or misunderstanding this may have caused. Our office remains committed to serving the public with professionalism, transparency, and respect under the new coroner, and we appreciate the community's continued engagement and feedback," the coroner's statement reads. Does anyone else feel bad now? No. What? No. Bring your little ghosts, goblins, and superheroes for a safe and sweet Halloween celebration. Yeah, it's just, look, guys. First time I did cremains mixed in glass, I got some ash in my mouth. Yep. Wouldn't recommend, though it was haunted for a bit. Ginger Snacks. I still got my Gramps ashes in the closet in an air sealed bag in a box. Been there for years. No worries. He ain't complaining. Yeah, I mean, look. They don't need the fancy digs, you know? Best to do cremains in a gummy. Sooty tasting, but a hard drink does the trick. Yeah. Crunchy peanut butter would work well, Kermit. Yeah, guys, you guys are fantastic for you choke down those cremains. I love it. So yeah, that's the look. This is not everybody needs to throw a Halloween party. You know what I mean? Like, not every workplace needs to be the fun workplace, okay? If you are a morgue, just don't be the fun workplace. You don't need parties, okay? I'm sorry. Like, you know, you want an office party? Don't work at a morgue. It's not a party. It just feels weird. It just feels weird, even for a Halloween party. I appreciate the spirit and I appreciate their candor, but I don't know, man. Not for me. But look, let's hop over to a little let's look at Stephen Miller, because he's scared of chalk, and that's how I'm gonna segue that one. I mean, no, you know how I'm gonna segue that one? With a jump scare here. Ready? Boo! Yeah, look at that. Terrible. Look at this guy. Look at his little face. Terrible. Sidewalk chalk messages forced Stephen Miller to flee Arlington and put his home up for sale. I thought sexual matadors were supposed to be braver in the face of chalk. That's just what I thought. Goblin Miller, yeah. He's got absolute goblin vibes. Very much has the goblin vibe of like a Final Fantasy goblin, like a classic goblin. Stephen Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff and architect of some of the Trump administration's most fascist immigration policies, they say hardline, I say fascist, has listed his Arlington home for $3.75 million, just 2 years after buying it for $2.875 million. Ginger says, oh shit, okay. Ginger Snack says, oh my God, if erectile dysfunction was a person. That's the best Stephen Miller quote. Put that right across his face. I mean, he even looks like a bell end. Look at that. He looks like a fucking dork. Anyway, Miller and his wife, podcaster Katie Miller, appear to quietly fled the neighborhood in recent weeks. Neighbors say they were spotted moving out, and the house officially hit the market on October 7th, according to ARL Now. The exit comes after several rounds of peaceful chalk protests on the sidewalk outside of their home, with messages like, Stephen Miller is destroying democracy, stop the kidnapping, and no white nationalism, scrawled in bold letters. Whoa, scary! While the chalk eventually washed away, the tension apparently didn't. Katie Miller lashed out on social media. To the tolerant left. Yeah, by the way, I resent that. I'm not tolerant to fascism. Okay? This is not the tolerant left. I don't tolerate that shit. Fuck no. No, the shit you don't tolerate. And it's fucking fascism. And it's Nazi shit. And it's white supremacy. That's just the way it fucking goes. So, tolerant left, no. That is not me. Okay? I do not identify that way. Anyway, Katie Miller says, to the tolerant left who spend their day trying to intimidate us in the house where we have 3 young children, we will not back down. We will not cower in fear. We will double down. Always. For Charlie. The worst fucking, what the fuck? What does that even have to do with it? But anyway, look, you know, people will make the case, well, there's kids in there. There's kids. I understand. There's kids in there. I mean, this is something you should consider when you have children and you make it your job to disappear other people's children, to separate other people's children from their families. Any amount of terror that you think your kids feel at protesters outside of your house with a little bit of sidewalk chalk is a micro, a little, it's an infinitesimal little fucking booger of nothingness compared to the shit that other children that you have a direct hand in tormenting have to deal with. So yeah, I do feel bad for those kids, and I wish they had a better father than Stephen Miller. That's just, that's how I'm gonna fucking look at it that way. Anyway, well, Stephen Miller went a step further, calling the chalk messages terroristic threats. Yo, these are the biggest fucking scaredy cats ever. Yo, how does anybody who supports these guys, like, how do you feel tough even? How do you feel this is your guy? How do you feel tough at all? This is fucking terroristic threats in chalk. Whoa, man. Fucking crazy. Yeah, so he was on the Hannity show, and yeah, that was his version of it. Yeah, that man has kids. Yeah. Yep. That thing bred. I'm sorry to Ginger. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I do feel bad for his kids. It's like, dude, your dad is a fucking Nazi. That's crazy. How do you live with a Nazi dad? That's got to be very, very difficult for them growing up. The home listing paints a very different picture from the chaos the Millers described. 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, and luxury living at its finest, all wrapped in comprehensive security. What's less clear is how a man with no private sector resume, no known business ventures, and no discernible talent outside of writing xenophobic policy memos ended up in a multi-million-dollar property in one of Arlington's wealthiest enclaves. Public service, after all, doesn't usually come with a luxury real estate portfolio, but for Stephen Miller, who has managed to parlay his time in Washington into a career of right-wing influence, it seems the grift pays well. Yeah. Stephen Miller selling his big old house. Because he's afraid of chalk. I mean, it's just, yeah, more bathrooms than bedrooms. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? More bathrooms than even people there. Can you imagine having, like, the options just to be like, where do I want to piss? Or what am I closest to? Like, I'll just run over and do a piss right over there. Like, madness. Madness. But, look. We do a crackerjack job of, fascism over here. The government's doing a great job. And the racism, goes hand in hand with that. But, the OGs, our friends in Europe, they are the OGs. That's where, us white folk are coming from there. They're still doing it up. They're still doing it up hard, just like it's done over here. I am not familiar with Gibraltar Bank. But maybe some of our UK friends are. Some of our European friends might be. But look, they managed to offend 2 cultures with 1 photograph, as this as this article states. And it's a look. This picture, guys. This picture's not good. This picture's not good, okay? And it feels very European when I show it to you. So here we go. This is what Gibraltar's bank, they posted this photo to social media. Okay. Now you see that? Do you see this picture? Now you may have noticed. It's incredibly racist. We have lots of people dressed in saris. Is this supposed to be indigenous American clothing? I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. It would be bad enough if it was April Fool's Day, but the Gibraltar International Bank made a massive cultural mistake when wishing residents happy Diwali. Oh, they were wishing... Oh, shit, man. That's crazy. Gibraltar hosts a number of residents who have Indian or Hindu backgrounds. To celebrate Diwali, the Festival of Light, the bank issued a photograph showing members of the community attired in Indian costumes. Oh, my God. Unfortunately, not everyone was singing from the same song sheet, and 3 of those present were wearing Native American... excuse me, article? I'm not saying that. What the fuck? Not often referred to. Is that a European thing? Native American... Yeah. What? You guys see this? Is that a European thing? I know that's like an old school racist thing. How's that just in an article? Clearly this was an error of the highest magnitude, but still the photograph appeared on the bank's website and Facebook page. How? Causing a number of red faces for the directors of the bank as well as Gibraltar government, which actually owns it. Holy shit. This is fucking crazy. Oh yeah, Kermit. Okay, yeah, the Washington football team. Of course, you're right. You're absolutely right. Clearly, this was an error of the highest magnitude. Yeah, Gibraltar Bank. In a statement posted on the bank's social media site, CEO Peter Horton acknowledged that the images were extremely disrespectful to the Hindu community in Gibraltar, for whom Diwali is a sacred and joyous occasion. Yeah, I mean, this is offensive to everybody. Holy shit. Oh shit, Ajax. Yeah, they said, oh God, they probably did that on purpose. Holy fuck. I can't believe I didn't even fucking catch that. It does not meet the standards of professionalism. It does not meet the standards of professionalism, respect, and cultural awareness expected of everyone at the bank, he added in his statement, which anticipates an investigation to determine the cause of the misunderstanding, engaging with representatives of Gibraltar's historic Hindu community to strengthen understanding, respect, and inclusion. According to Gibraltar Broadcasting Corporation, the president of the local Hindu community, Sunil Chandiramani, said, Chandiramani. Sunil Chandiramani. So, president of the local Hindu community, Sunil Chandiramani, said the community does not believe there was any malice involved in the incident, but that this is a moment where awareness and sensitivity can be strengthened. He said the community views this as an opportunity to share more about its faiths, customs, and traditions so that celebrations of cultural diversity in Gibraltar can be even more meaningful. Comments on GBC Facebook included Diwali versus Dance of the Wolves. Got to admit, one of the... Holy shit, man. Others took it in good stead. Many of my Hindu friends actually found the photo quite funny, though I assume not everyone felt the same way. Do not think the ladies at the Gibraltar Bank meant any harm. Just need to be better understanding of different cultures. Kudos to the bank for acting quickly and issuing a former apology. Holy shit, man. Dude, is this like a right-wing European publication or something? Because, like, this article is basically like, we all had a good little laugh over it. Like, it's funny because it's so horrifying. And everyone involved should feel so goddamn embarrassing. What is this? I think they might have meant like some harm. I don't know. How do you you don't get that confused. You don't get that confused, right? Am I wrong here? Am I stupid? I don't know. Yeah. That's enough of that. Yeah, they're holding their hands up. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, like, I don't know, man. I'm neither, Hindu or Native American, nothing, but I'm feeling offended. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty offended by this shit. This shit looks pretty offensive. It certainly doesn't look like a group of people who understand the group they're trying to celebrate. Oh my God, Ajax. Yes, that is a Michael Scott Diwali moment, right? Like, absolutely. That is so Michael. That is such a Michael Scott. Oh my God. Yeah, Kermit, it seems like intentional-ish. Like, I don't know. I hate it. I'll tell you that much. I hate it. Like, yeah, I'm native Italian American. Yeah, I mean, like, this is just, oh man, it's a bad time. But look, you know, honestly, that's not really the most offensive thing that's happened in the office lately, because we've had in the office, we've had bigger office snafus lately, and we should probably discuss them. You know, recently, you know, I don't know, man. This administration, the people get so uptight. They get so, you know, you call them Nazis a couple times, and they get so upset about it. Like, it's such a strange thing, especially, like, you know, if you have to be called a Nazi, like, you know, I don't receive that very often because I don't do Nazi shit, right? So when you see something that quacks like a duck and walks like a duck, you go, oh, that's a duck. But still, these guys are saying, no, we're not ducks. No, you're fucking stupid. We're not. I know we're doing Nazi shit left and right, but we're not Nazis. But then you get a simple moment of clarity through Zoom, and they forget to take down their little Nazi flag, right? That's just the way it goes. You're just like, oh, I want to have my little Nazi flair in the office. You know, I like to have my little Nazi office flair. Oops, you shouldn't have did that. So now I want to so we've all kind of heard about it, right? We're gonna look at this. I'll show you the video and everything so you can get a look, and we'll read the article. But I want to show you how this is then spun. Like, this is the more local publication here from Ohio. And then I'll show you the more national Fox publication. And I want to show you the spins that are going on with this. Very, very funny stuff. But let's dive in here. Let's start off with our
summoning spirits to help with keyword research.
Never. I will never summon spirits to help with my keyword research. I will research these nuts. Yeah, literally, Kermit. You call them Nazis, and then they start acting like Nazis. That's literally like, they're like, in response to your accusation, I will go even Nazier right now. Ginger, I've been called many things. Some were called for, many weren't. Never been called a Nazi, though. Exactly. Like, it's so weird. Like, the people who don't do Nazi, the only people who lob the Nazi accusation at people who don't do Nazi-like things are people who are doing Nazi-like things. That's just the way it goes. Yeah, Ajax, yeah, the flag and the excuses are wild. And then, but also the publications, like, because, you know, they're trying to leverage the excuse a little bit too. They're trying to be like, yeah, no, we're back our guy up here. It gets so funny. This shit is so funny. Like, Nazis are the dumbest, like, these are the dumbest motherfuckers ever. Oh.
Swastika displayed in his office. According to Politico, Capitol Police, they were...
Yep. Here we go.
A local congressman is responding to reports that there was a swastika displayed in his office. According to Politico, Capitol Police, they were called about an American flag in Congressman Dave Taylor's office, showing two of the red stripes twisted into a swastika. The report says that flag is pinned to a cubicle wall belonging to one of Taylor's staffers. Now, Taylor, who represents Adams, Brown, Claremont, Clinton, and Highland counties, along with several others, has released a statement on what he is calling office vandalism. It reads, I am aware of an image that appears to depict a vile and deeply inappropriate symbol near an employee in my office. The content of that image does not reflect the values or standards of this office, my staff, or myself, and I condemn it in the strongest terms. Upon learning of this matter, I immediately directed a thorough investigation alongside Capitol Police, which remains ongoing. No further comment will be provided until it's been completed.
Okay. Holy shit. That's a crazy ad. Okay, so look, the story given by, the representative here is that some operatives broke into the office with their little American Nazi flags and planted them in the perfect Zoom spot, knowing where they do their Zoom calls and making sure that it was perfectly perfect, right in view of everything, right? Absolute stellar. Now look. Here's why I know that's not true. Allegedly, this is all alleged, whatever. I don't know, legality, whatever. But, you know that this is not true because Nazis don't really have, like, art. There's no really great fascist, like, art. There's, like, some things that people would be like, what's his face? Like, Wagner composed for the Nazis and stuff like that. But, like, really, at the end of the day, all of the, they don't really have any. They have iconography. That's generally what they have. They have their swastika. They have symbols, right? So they take something like the American flag, they throw the Nazi symbol on it, and then they go, oh, I have this little thing. That's basically like art to them. They hang it up like art, and then they can feel special, right? This is why, this is definitely this guy's, right? This is his special little Nazi flag. It's his way to go. If you noticed, his office had Charlie Kirk on the outside there. It was all trumped up and whatever. He's got Dear Leader all over the place. The only propaganda art, exactly, Kermit, exactly, right? The only art that exists there is propaganda. Now, this is what the local report is. Now, I want to share with you another Fox affiliate and how they're sharing the story, because it's awesome and I love it. And it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And I love it so much, and I want to share it with you guys. Boo. Okay. So, what if... Oh, hold on. I gotta get it back. Okay. So the other story here, the twist that I wanted to share on this is this. What if, yes, Dr. Seuss did start as anti-Jewish propaganda, and then he can't remember, I think it was anti-Jewish propaganda. It was he did very racist art, and then I think he took a trip to Japan or something like that, and was like, oh, the kids from here, like, they're just kids, everyone's kids, and I think, like, renounced his stuff. I should look into Dr. Seuss a little bit, because I think his story is relatively interesting. But yeah, he did start like on some not cool stuff. But look, guys, what if this whole flag thing, what if this whole Nazi flag thing was actually just a figment of your imagination? Shut the fuck up, and it's an optical illusion. What about that? So another Fox affiliate here. This is I think is it the national Fox? Yeah, this is just FoxNews.com. So this is the national Fox spin here. Optical illusion. Swastika flags distributed to multiple congressional offices prompt investigation. Multiple sources tell Fox News that what appeared to be a swastika flag in Republican Representative Dave Taylor's D.C. office may actually be an American flag with a hidden pattern only visible on camera. An optical illusion similar to flags quietly delivered to dozens of congressional offices now under investigation. Yeah, that's what happened. Actually, guys, you don't even fucking get it. because you would look at those flags, and right there you'd be like, oh, that's an American flag. But you put a camera on it, and then bam, swastika. Are you buying it, you dumb piece of shit? That's them. That's them. The flag was spotted Wednesday in a photo of a staffer's desk in Taylor's office, prompting a vandalism investigation by U.S. Capitol Police. U.S. Capitol Police, isn't that the guy that that these dudes tried to, like, they tried to kill them, basically, when they were doing a government insurrection? Foggy memories over here. Sources, including those investigating the issue, said the American flag had a swastika embedded into the ink, or weaving, making it hard to see with the naked eye. Dude, their little beta eyes can't see the fucking swastika. They go, oh, I can't see a thing without my glasses. Oh my gosh. Is that actually oh God. I didn't even see it was a swastika. Bro. Holy shit. Invisible ink. The flag, yeah. However, when captured on video in her still image, they said the symbol becomes clear. Oh, man. So, look, here's the thing. When your eyes lay upon it, it's invisible to the naked eye. But when it is picked up in a lower resolution, it becomes very clear that it is a swastika. Guys. One source described the alleged manufacturing tactics as an optical illusion. Another said the swastika was easy to miss. The flag was seemingly one of many dropped off at dozens of congressional offices early in the year by an undetermined group. One office staffer said the swastika on their flag was clear, so they tossed it out. Shut the fuck up. You snitch? How dare you? Yeah, I bet they were fucking clear. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Holy moly, dude. I love this story. However, sources noted the flag in the office of Taylor was not visible until captured on camera. Ooh, it was a Nazi ghost Halloween. This is great. Authorities are investigating which group distributed the flags and if they knew the swastika was embedded into the flag. It was Nazi zombies. It must have been Nazi zombies. It remains unclear whether the distribution was an effort to covertly distribute American flags bearing hidden swastikas to lawmakers or to deliberately embarrass congressional offices by giving them deceptive flags donning the hate symbol. Oh my God. In a statement to Fox News Wednesday afternoon, Taylor noted numerous Republican offices were targeted by the group accused of distributing the flag. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird because I'm seeing all these swastikas in all the Republican congressional offices. It's so weird. It must be a targeted thing. Because why would they all have swastikas? What? Wait a minute. I think these dudes might be Nazis. Oh, God. Yeah, Kermit. Kermit, he goes, "Oh, let me pin this up. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, I gotta change my battery. 1 second. Oh, Kermit, that's funny. He says, "Let me pin this up. Oh, wait, it has a swastika. Almost got me, you goof. Almost goofed me with a little swastika goofery. Oh my God. Let me change my battery real quick, gang." Like, what is this? Like, this is a major, this is a major publication. I know it's Fox News, but like, guys, how is your story? How in the world is your story? The invisible ink Nazi bandits got us. How is that even the thing? All right, let's get back in the sauce here. Let's see, gang. Let's see if we're back in business. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking good on the camera now. There we go. Look at that. Stupid. All right. Get back up here. back in business. Okay, so in a statement, numerous Republican offices were targeted by the group. It's so weird. This little Nazi stinker group has been messing with our boys. Man, new details have emerged from a coordinated investigation into the vile symbol. Yeah, it is a vile symbol. Why you got it in your office? That appeared in my office, Taylor wrote. Numerous Republican offices have confirmed that they were targeted by an unidentified group or individual who distributed American flags bearing a similar symbol. I don't know what that symbol is. I've never seen it before. Weird. So weird. It must be, I don't know. It's like a bunch of right angles. I don't get it. It must be a math thing. Anyway, the unidentified group distributed American flags bearing a similar symbol, which were initially indistinguishable from an ordinary American flag to the naked eye. My office was among those that were subjected to this ruse. After a full-scale internal investigation, Taylor said he is confident none of his employees would knowingly display such a despicable image. He added the flag in question was taken down immediately. Boy, oh boy. As I've said previously, I'm trying to give him a nice thumbly voice, because this guy looks like a thumb. He's really got Nazi thumb vibes. As I've said previously, I unequivocally condemn hate in any form and continue to collaborate with Capitol Police and the Committee on House Administration to uncover additional details in this investigation, Taylor wrote. Taylor, who represents Ohio's 2nd District in the U.S. House of Representatives, is a member of the House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure and House Agriculture Committee. Oh, sick. So this Nazi is part of, destroying the agricultural infrastructure of America. We hate these pieces of shit. The husband and father of 3. Oof. Again, can't not be easy having a Nazi dad. That's crazy. The husband and father of 3 also serves as co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Rural Broadband Caucus. USCP did not immediately respond to Fox's digital request for comment, with an automatic reply citing office closures due to the federal government shutdown. Classic. Ginger, Pythagorean swastika. Literally. I thought it was a simple plus design. I don't know. I thought it was multiplication tables. I don't know how to fuck. I'm just a fucking dummy. I'm just a thumb. Don't look at me. I'm just a thumb. All right? Floop is a madman. What are you gonna? Don't look at me. I'm just thumbs. I'm all thumbs over here. So anyway, I thought that was just so hilarious. Like, what a goddamn spin you put on it. Like, I understand that, like, if you get caught with your Nazi flag, like, you pretty much are gonna just deny it, like, regardless of how much it looks like it. But are you really going with, like, it was a special thing that could only be picked up on camera, a special invisible ink swastika? That's dumb. That's really dumb. Oh, so that's pretty wild, right? We hate that. Let's see. I want to see which of these stories I want to hit on, because I want to go over Steven Tyler. Okay, we got to go over the RFK. All right, we got to go over these weekly RFK calls. Oh, goodness gracious. Guys, look, the thing is, it's just crackpots, man. It's crackpots all the way down in our government right now. And I guess there's a group of people who are, like, essentially RFK's cheerleaders. I hate to break it to anybody who didn't know this, because I didn't really know this. And I didn't even know this. Cheryl Hines is married to RFK. Didn't she play Larry David's wife in Curb Your Enthusiasm? Wild fucking connections there. But anyway, shit goes down on these weekly phone calls, like this one quote, "Fluoride disconnects one from God." Taking a look inside the weekly call with RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again hype squad. A growing weekly call gives insight into RFK Jr.'s biggest allies, showcasing how a fringe movement now holds legitimate power. Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, we all know that RFK is a crackpot, but the people that follow RFK and listen to RFK are actually, they might be more crack-potted out than RFK himself, which is insane to say. So you need to hear some of the things that get said. So the night before Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. testified before a Senate committee to defend his Make America Healthy Again agenda in September, the actor Cheryl Hines made an appearance on a weekly call put on by a nonprofit organization that supports Kennedy's agenda. There was only one problem. Her microphone was off. Oh, that's okay. Who cares? Sorry I'm late, Hines, who was married to Kennedy, said once her microphone was switched on. I'm in Paris. Why did they make such a big deal about the microphone? She offered few details about her husband's mindset beyond that he is doing a lot of work. I know that Bobby is preparing right now for his day of Senate hearings tomorrow, that he is, of course, taking very seriously, Hines said. Every Wednesday, publisher and Make America Healthy Again activist Tony Lyon's nonprofit organization, Maha Action, gathers a roster of Kennedy allies for a Maha Action Media Hub call. The group describes itself as a vital resource for our core Maha warriors and grassroots activists. If someone's using the term warriors, I just don't trust it. That term has been, it's just like, it's like, oh, fascist alarms. Don't, it's just like, I can't, too many people have said it that I can't trust. Mention Ace freely. Oh, Kermit, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start doing more like I'm gonna do like a rock person in every video, or in every stream rather. So we're gonna get much more of that sort of stuff. Ginger Snacks talking about Cheryl Hines. She fell in love with that end music so much she married the walking personification of it, I guess. You mean the tuba, right? She's like, she heard dan 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 dan. She heard that and she was like, oh dude, I need this in my life forever. That's good stuff. Oh my god. Kermit says, I feel like RFK's speech disability impedes diagnosing his multiple neurological diseases. You might not be wrong about that. I also feel like his aversion to real, like, doctoring, I guess I'll call it. Oh, Ace went, oh, shoot, for real? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Ace went home tonight. Did that, like, just happen? Oh, right. Oh, actually, no, that happened earlier in the day. Yeah, oh, guys, yeah, Ace Frehley of KISS, yeah, he I believe he died, so, R.I.P. R.I.P. Hopefully he heads up and contributes to the great riff in the sky. I was never a huge KISS person. I don't know much about them. Maybe I should get more into them or whatever. Listen to more of their music, but yeah, that's very true. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into Bobby's world here. And every Wednesday, these calls offer a fleeting glimpse into Kennedy's world, a dizzying kaleidoscope where alternative health practitioners appear alongside the governor of West Virginia. On any given week, the administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services could speak for a few minutes before a shirtless Russell Brand calls in from what appears to be a bathtub, or a former member of the Pussycat Dolls argues that the COVID-19 vaccine destroyed her ability to dance. So basically, there's like a nightmare blunt rotation every week of like the most insufferable people that you could ever imagine who think they know something about anything. So that's pretty wild. These calls are a real-time look into the growing pains of a fringe movement and that was launched into the mainstream with the election of President Donald Trump. Sometimes awkward, often downright funny. Each week, the calls juxtapose a haphazard group of celebrities with real power and show just how professionalized the Maha movement has become. Take CMS Administrator Mehmet Oz, who is one of Maha Media's call's recurring stars. Sometimes he calls from his office at the Department of Health and Human Services headquarters in D.C. Here's the Capitol over here. I'll show you what it looks like from my office. Other times he calls from the road. His updates are usually brief and focused on what the administration is up to. But sometimes they're noticeable for how Oz adds context to major decisions made by Kennedy and Trump. Sometimes he even seems to walk their claims back. He does the damage control. 2 days after Trump announced changes to whether the Food and Drug Administration recommended the painkiller Tylenol for pregnant women, don't take Tylenol, Trump said firmly. Oz was on a call telling the virtual room of Kennedy followers that the FDA wasn't telling pregnant women that Tylenol absolutely caused autism, just that they shouldn't be taking the painkiller willy-nilly. That's so funny. It's not causation, said Oz, referring to the drug by its generic name, acetaminophen. Gotta be restrained on this. CMS did not respond to a request for comment on Oz's frequent Maha Action Call appearances. The Maha Media Call's attendance numbers have grown steadily since they began in July. According to Lyons, who declined an interview request from Notice, the most recent had an audience of more than 5,000 people. Damn. They are open to anyone who registers, and based on the greetings attendees dropped in the live chat, they gathered digitally from locations across the U.S. and as far-flung as Germany. Yeah, Kermit, when Trump was trying to say acetaminophen, that was like the best. That was like one of my favorite clips. He gets up to that word. He's like, "Oh, let's see how we say this. Hippopotamus." His brain is rotting. I'll just leave it at that. The Maha Media Call's attendance numbers have grown. The calls open with a montage of vaccine mandate protesters, a gas mask-clad worker spraying crops with an unidentified liquid, and Kennedy walking on stage at a Trump rally in slow motion. Over these images, an R&B singer named Jimmy Levy, who has sold hoodies that say, "I think the earth is flat, so what?" sings, "We will not comply with the institution's sick illusion." Oh, he's dropping rhymes. "No, it won't be televised. Welcome to the revolution." Dude, it's so funny. Like, oh my God. Whatever. Each week, over the course of an hour or more, Kennedy's acolytes take turns praising the health secretary. Kennedy's acolytes take turns sucking off the health secretary and the Maha movement, chastising the medical establishment, and berating the mainstream media. If it sounds like light programming, the undercurrents running through it are not. Here we go. Fluoride disconnects one from God, a listener with the username Peter and Melissa Biohacking Stem Cells wrote during one call. As part of his agenda, Kennedy has directed the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to review the use of fluoride supplementation in water supplies. Motherfuckers, man. The calls seem to function as a space for Maha followers and administration officials to promote their wins while explaining to the wider Maha community why just starting a conversation about these issues is a big step. This administration is inviting a conversation among the American people. These are not black and white issues, said Callie Means, a senior White House advisor and frequent Maha Action Call participant, during a mid-October call about Trump's announcement that the FDA would advise pregnant women to not take Tylenol out of concerns that it may be behind rising autism rates, despite weak evidence to support any connection. This administration is actually practicing science, which is messy, which is asking taboo questions, Means said. That's just crazy to be like, this administration is the science administration. Like, that's just a wild thing to say. Fucking, you can't, like, drink your own piss and be like, I did an experiment. I'm experimenting. Like, that's not an experiment. That's just you being a crackpot. Ginger, I refuse to take medical or health advice from a dude who sounds like he's always giving a death threat. Yeah, I know. I don't know what is, he's hard to listen to. We'll just put it like that. The calls also leave clues as to how Maha Camp has had to adapt its new role within the Trump administration. Lyons is the president of Skyhorse Publishing, which has published a wide range of conservative memoirs and nonfiction books. He logs on each week from a room lined with shelves displaying books the company has published, setting a 2023 Kennedy biography, The Real RFK Jr., Trials of a Truth Warrior. What did I say about warrior? Don't do warrior. Next to the First Lady Melania Trump's autobiography, Melania. But over the course of several weeks, the number of copies of Melania grew. By late September, there were 3 in prime real estate, next to Lyons' head. Melania, Melania, Melania. The Real RFK Jr. was moved to a higher shelf. All right, I don't know who the fuck cares about that. So yeah, there's a society of crackpots that meets every fucking week to talk about this crackpot shit. I don't know, man. I just thought saying fluoride disconnects one from God was a wild thing to say. Absolutely wild. I support it. Obviously, I believe the same thing myself. You know, having nothing but conspiratorial thought when it comes to fluoride. Famously, I hate fluoride. So that's what's up with RFK and his weirdos. So let's hop on over to Steven Tyler, okay? So I don't know if you guys ever got down with the old Smith back in the day, but I used to be a big Aerosmith fan when I was a kid. And you know, I find a lot of, you know, last week we talked about a bunch of different rock stars and you know, the bad shit they done. Basically how they're all basically pedophiles. That's really the only thing that we gained from it, you know, is that a lot of them pedophiles. But I really wanted to cover this one because I thought it was so interesting to think about this, just like, you know, obviously it's like a really disgusting, gross thing. It's a sick thing that I'm going to tell you about that Steven Tyler's done here, and it's pedophilic as well. But like, I'm like reading this stuff, I'm like, man, when I was the age listening to this stuff, like if I was a female, like Steven Tyler could be like, oh, I want to bang you. Like that is disgusting. Absolutely wild. But let's go into a couple things here. I've got an article I want to go through with you guys and some clips. So let's go over what Tyler is famously known for here. So Steven Tyler accuser blasts his latest bid to dismiss child sex lawsuit with trial looming. The woman suing him says rewarding Tyler for moving her to a state with a lower age of consent would be wrong. All right, so this is a trial that's, you know, actually this is something that's not far off. So the woman suing Steven Tyler with claims the Aerosmith singer sexually abused her in the 70s when she was 16 and he was in his mid-20s is firing back at his latest attempt to dismiss her lawsuit ahead of a looming trial. In new court filings obtained by Rolling Stone, Julia Misley says the court must deny Tyler's bid to thwart her lawsuit before their October 1st trial date because it has a fatal flaw. She claims Tyler, a California resident who allegedly sexually assaulted her in Oregon, Washington, Massachusetts, and at the Beverly Hills Hotel in California when she was still a minor, waited too long to claim that he can't be sued under California's Child Victims Act because he and Misley lived together in Boston for most of their relationship, and the Massachusetts age of consent is 16 years old. That's fucking crazy, too. Anywhere where it's 16 years old, that's gross. Dude looks like Rouge's creepy uncle that no one ever talks about at reunions. Yeah. Misley argues Tyler waived that purported defense, which she describes as a choice of law and application defense, by not raising it in his prior answers to her complaint. Beyond that, public policy doesn't support rewarding someone who intentionally brought a child to a state with less protection. She and her lawyers add in their new filing ahead of an August 28th hearing on the dismissal motion, known as a motion for summary judgment. According to Misley, Tyler also failed to properly plead the statutes of limitations of the other states outside California's defense. She argues that her allegations of assaults in multiple states were known to Tyler when he filed his amended answer on April 4, 2025. But he never listed the exact section numbers of the statutes in Oregon, Washington, or Massachusetts he's now invoking. Therefore, he cannot raise these issues now, and the court should deny the motion, the filing states. Reached by phone today, Tyler's lawyer said the defense hasn't fortified anything. It's there. We challenged the statute of limitations. Attorney Dave Long Daniels tells Rolling Stone. According to Long Daniels, Tyler's fifth affirmative defense listed in the April answer, which claims the lawsuit is barred by the applicable statute of limitations, is enough to cover all their pending arguments. It's crazy to be like, whether I did this or not, it doesn't matter because the statute of limitations is up, so, not me. In his motion for summary judgment, Tyler 77 essentially asked the court to toss Misley's lawsuit altogether because, according to him, she's a non-California resident wrongly invoking California's childhood sexual assault revival statute to sue over a consensual relationship that took place while they were living together legally in Massachusetts. By the way, consensual relationship, right? I don't think you can be a 20-something-year-old man in a consensual relationship with a 16-year-old, even if that is the law of the state. There is too much of a power dynamic there that is way too, abusive. So I don't fucking believe in that. I don't think you can have a consensual relationship with a child. That's just me. Fucking hero over here taking the brave stance. In her lawsuit initially filed in December 2022 and first reported by Rolling Stone, Miss Lee alleged Tyler sexually assaulted her for the first time shortly after her 16th birthday in 1973. She said he invited her backstage at a concert in Portland, Oregon, had sex with her that night, and groomed her to engage in a 3-year relationship in which he became her legal guardian. Okay? He was her parent, for lack of a better term. He was her legal guardian. He was her parent. She claimed that at one point during the relationship, while she was still a minor, pregnant, and staying with Tyler at the Beverly Hills Hotel, the musician dragged her onto an elevator while she was stark naked so he could have sex with her in a pool. These dudes are fucking crazy with their abuse. Absolutely disgusting. I was treated like a sex toy. I was treated like a pet, like a thing. And it was humiliating, she said in a deposition testimony excerpted in her latest filing. Miss Lee alleged people saw her naked during the degrading experience, and the incident is part of her claim for emotional distress damages. Tyler has denied any wrongdoing, claiming him and Miss Lee were in a consensual, loving relationship. I don't believe, man, because here's the thing. This man has said he spent his fortune in the 70s on basically snorting the entire continent of Peru. Okay? He's been on drugs like crazy, been in rehab so many times, alcoholic. The man abandoned his family, abandoned, his child and wife later in life. He was fucking abusive. There's no doubt about that. I believe this. I know the people in my audience likely believe it too, but I hope anybody, anybody who's into music, like rock music, anybody who's just a fucking person should believe this person. But I just think it's so important in the music scene, dismantling the cult of personality is just so critical right now. Again, these people are not gods. These people are not immune to do whatever they want. And just because they did their crimes in the past doesn't mean they shouldn't have to pay for it now, right? Fuck these dudes living comfortably and rich after putting other people through fucking torment. The shit you hear about Axl Rose, right? We talked last week about his partners, talking about how he abused them. One of them saying that he abused them in front of one of her kids, and that, made them grow up with trauma and stuff like that. Dude, fuck this shit. The music, it's not worth it to enjoy these guys. I can't go back. Knowing what I know about Steven Tyler, I can't go back and listen to the music. It's I don't know. Some people might be able to put that to the side. Separate the art from art, whatever. Which I think is some fucking bullshit, excusatory sort of stuff a lot of the times, right? But, dude, fuck this, cult of personality that came with rock and roll back in the day. This shit ain't rock and roll, man. Tyler denied any wrongdoing, claiming he and Miss Lee were in a consensual, loving relationship. He described the relationship in his 2011 memoir, Does the Noise in My Head Bother You?, recalling the guardianship arrangement and noting their age difference. He says, quote, I was so in love, I almost took a teen bride. I went and slept at her parents' house for a couple nights, and her parents fell in love with me, signed papers over for me to have custody so I wouldn't get arrested if I took her out of the state, he wrote. Fuck those parents, man. That's the other thing, too. A lot of these parents, in these stories of, Jimmy Page, dating that 14-year-old and stuff, the parents were okay with it. I don't know how these parents got charmed by these motherfuckers, into thinking that this shit was fine. And you're signing over guardianship of your child? Fuck you. You're bad. You're a bad person. That's bad shit. Ginger, it's important that victims are believed and justice gets done on these abusers. Past actions or not, you take pieces of these people that they never get back. It affects them for life. Abso-fucking-lutely. And, like, you know, it makes me sick when I hear in interviews Steven Tyler being like, oh, man, I live now with, I live now with, like, the pain of having abandoned my child. You know, it's a painful thing for me to live with. And it's like, dude, fuck you. You are inflicting endless pain on people and you're talking about yourself? Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Oh, in the Ian Watkins case, the parents did get time? Good. Yeah, the parents, I mean, yeah, that's like I mean, yeah, that shit is fucking insane. Can't even compare to that shit in a way, almost. But it's like, all of this stuff, man. All of this fucking power dynamic shit. We still see it. We still see it so much today. It's in everything we do. It exists on every level. You know. Fuck this. So, Steven Tyler says in his autobiography, I was so in love, I almost took a teen bride. I went and slept with her parents. Yeah, okay, we said that. Tyler recounted having sex with Misley on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles to Boston. He also described the incident that Misley says took place at the Beverly Hills Hotel. He wrote that he and Misley were naked in the elevator after having sex in the hot tub. And when the doors opened, there was an Amish family staring at us like figures in an oil painting. So I guess the song Love in an Elevator is probably like literally about him having sex with a minor on an elevator. Fucking crazy. In his initial answer to Misley's lawsuit in 2023, Tyler said Misley's claims were barred, in part because of immunity defendant as caretaker/guardian. Fucking disgusting. One legal expert called that defense fucking insane in a comment to Rolling Stone. Hell yeah. Like, that's fucking foul, man. Like, dude, oh, you know, any claims of sexual misconduct against me can't happen because I'm immune as her guardian, as her caretaker. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Tyler has since abandoned that defense. According to Misley's filing this week, Tyler now testifies he does not recall the guardianship. What the fuck does that even mean, man? Well, yeah, I mean, he's 77. He's fucking demented, so he probably doesn't. But, like, holy shit, what does that even mean? A hearing on Tyler's motion for summary judgment is set for August 28th in Inglewood, California. In her opposition, Misley and her lawyers argue that her case qualifies for the California Revival Statute and that Tyler's alleged actions throughout the relationship should be fair game. She says it would be impossible to separate her claims into 4 cases in 4 states. To split plaintiff's claims by state defies public policy and provides a windfall to divide the damages defendant caused when he engaged a child in sexual conduct, her new filing reads. The damages here are indivisible, and defendant cites no authority as to how damages could be apportioned. She says California has great interest in applying its laws to deter the sex torts. To deter the sex torts a resident committed upon a child. The sex torts? I don't know what a tort is. California has great interest in applying its law to deter the sex extortion a resident committed upon a child. Maybe we'll say that's what it is. Long Daniels said if the case reaches a trial in early October, the defense is ready. He said Tyler, whose legal name is Steven Tallarico, plans to attend the proceeding in person. Absolutely, he'll be there, the lawyers say. We feel very good about the case. We'll try the case. We're preparing. Oh, sex torts. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to say there. In her own public comments leading up to her lawsuit, Misley described her family trauma leading up to her relationship with Tyler. She described feeling abandoned by her parents, and becoming lost in a rock and roll culture. After a fire at the Boston apartment in 1975 and the abortion, she left Tyler in 1977 and eventually married. She went on to become the mother of 7 children. Oh, thank you, Ajax. Tort is a legal term. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I mean, this, like, the amount of trauma that this person, like, has to live through is insane. So fuck Steven Tyler for all of this. Now, I've got a couple clips of Steven here that we're gonna watch. And just to kind of, you know, really show you guys the creepy stuff he's done. So look, this clip I found, this is crazy, man. This is him talking to a 15-year-old when he was on American Idol in 2012. So I mean, if he's 77 now in 2025, this was like what? Like almost 20 years ago, you know? 15 years ago about. He was in his 50s or whatever. So yeah, he's basically going to say that this 15-year-old is attractive and it might be a little tricky to hear. It's kind of a low quality. It's somebody filming it from their hand on the TV, but let's check this out.
Okay, so this girl just brought in her family. They said she could bring in her family. Her dad was an MLB pitcher. She's 15 years old. Listen to this.
That's right. Yeah. How's things in Beantown? Oh, great. Beautiful. Hot, humid, and happening. Absolutely. Yeah. Just like your daughter.
What a beautiful family. All right, what are you going to say?
Hot, humid, and something else.
Just like your daughter. Absolutely. Humid and happening. Absolutely.
Hot, humid, and happening. Just like your 15-year-old daughter. Steven Tyler said. And now this was 2012, so you know it's cut, it's edited like that wacky Steven. That wacky Steven Tyler just says anything, huh? He's the loose cannon. He'll go right up to the 15-year-old and say, you know, I want to bang you. He's the loose cannon. It's rock and roll. It's rock and roll, man. Yeah. It's basically what Trump said about his own daughter. Yeah. Fucking foul. So I believe everything said about this disgusting dude. We got another one here. I can't remember what this one was off the top of my head, actually. Let's see.
A second woman has...
Oh, there was a second woman who accused... Okay, yeah, but that, I think that was an older thing. Anyway, that wasn't even a part of it. That's right. So yeah, that's Steven Tyler. Fuck Steven Tyler, man. You know, hopefully. So I mean, it looks like this stuff is coming back around again. It's October of 2025, so I think we'll be hearing some updates on if anything is going to happen with this case or anything. I'll let you guys know. You know, obviously if I hear anything. But fuck Steven Tyler. I think that's a pretty easy thing we can say right there. And you know. Fuck the cult of personality that's built around rock and power and balance and all that shit in general. Like it sucks and it's not doing anybody any favors. Yeah, and Kermit, like you said, so we see what level of young he openly accepted. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, this is it. And that's like in his 50s, man. Like, you know, he like never... this is obviously a man who does not have remorse for any of the shit he did in that regard. So... absolutely crazy. We will leave the news section off with that nightmare piece of shit, and let's pop into some gaming, gang. So last week, we're gonna cleanse our palate now with a little artwork, a little beautiful artwork here, guys. If you are not into the gaming portions of the stream, I recommend you check this one out. Just because, like, if you're into art, you should just like you don't have to stay for the whole thing, but check out a little bit of this game. Like, it took us on such a ride last week, talking about the nature of dreams. So let me give you a quick recap of where we left off on the Dream Machine, okay? Basically, what happened last week is we moved into our new apartment here. Or this is the story so far, essentially. Let me put it like that. We've moved into our apartment. It's a new apartment. Sorry, let me get my chat out of the way here. It's a new apartment, and I got to do another battery again. Sorry, guys. Let me do this battery while I tell you guys about the game. Yeah, essentially this game is just discussions. There's no action or anything like that. It's just puzzles and discussions. And we found a camera in our apartment. We talked to the manager we went into the room of the guy who runs the apartment. And apparently, you know, his family has this giant machine in the basement, and for generations they've been running it, and it is a dream machine, and it lets you go into people's dreams. And we find out that they've been mapping out the physical landscape of dreams. So there's a physical, even though things change, there's a physical mapping to it. And, you know, just the conversation that the guy was, he was like, can you imagine what it's like having people's dreams to play in as a child? So good. And the music was very like COHEED-ish. It was hitting, it was all emotions. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to kick this back up again. So where we last left off, we ended up in our wife's dream. She's been wanting to go on a cruise. We were looking in the cameras. This guy's got cameras all around the house. Our wife has been wanting to go on a cruise, and you know, we haven't done that. We got tight financials here, so we're not really in the cruise position. So all that being said, let's dive in, gang. A boat beneath a sunny sky, lingering onward dreamily in an evening of July, ever drifting down the stream. That was too fast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another glorious evening aboard the SS Albatross. We hope you're enjoying your cruise so far. In a moment, we'll start serving the evening meal in the dining hall. On behalf of the crew aboard, we wish you a continued pleasant journey. This must be the leisure cruise Alice talked about during breakfast. Looks like she's having the same dream again. I need to find the machine's root and cut it out of the dream. I'd better find Alicia as well. She might be able to help me. Alright, gang. Vibe for 1 second. Just swapping the battery. Music is absolutely banging. Okay, here we go. Beep boop. All right, let's rock, gang. Okay, off we go. There'll be plenty of time to relax once I've cut this machine from this dream. Standard issue life preserver? You're telling me that that's not part of the puzzle? There's a heart-shaped carving here. It says 11 plus A. Alright, well, we're gonna have to remember that for sure. 11 plus A. What the fuck now? That's me. Hello. Hello, cadet. I can't see your badge anywhere. That's a grade D violation. Identify yourself. My name is Victor Neff. My name is Victor Neff. What? Sir? That's right, you're a fast learner. I like that. Now, Cadet Neff, why don't you have a badge? A badge? Your number, Cadet. Where's your number? I don't have one. Then how do I know what to call you? Why don't you just call me Victor? Because my name is also Victor. That's a strange coincidence, don't you think? It's a pretty common name. In fact, every crew member on this ship is named Victor. Oh my God, really? That's why we use badges. The fact that you don't know this makes me suspicious. Are you a rebel insurgent? A what? Are you a rebel, son? Or a spy? You smell like a spy. I'm neither. Don't lie to me, sailor. I'll waterboard you 6 ways till Sunday. I promise I'm not lying. Cross your heart and hope to die? What? It's a simple question, sailor. Do you cross your heart and hope to die? What kind of interrogation is this? I'm sorry, mate. I'm just messing with you. I knew you were coming tonight, and I thought I'd give you a little hazing. You know, to say welcome aboard. Sorry if I scared you. Oh. You had me worried there for a second. I'm Victor 5, by the way. We're sharing cabins, so you and I will be seeing a lot of each other. I was told to send you up to the captain's aid once you got here. He greets all the new crew members, so you should probably go see him. Take all day, though. He loves to wait. Or was there anything else? Have you seen my wife? You have a civilian wife aboard? What's her name? Maybe I can page her. Her name's Alicia Neff. That's not funny, Cadet. Why, is anything wrong with her? I wouldn't even joke about that if I were you. But I need to see her. Direct contact with the captain is for members of the command staff only. And you're not part of the command staff. Unless you've been promoted at a record speed. Alicia's the captain aboard? That's Captain Neff to you, Cadet. Nobody calls her Alicia and lives to brag about it. On second thought, scratch that. Call her Alicia. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Okay, where do I find the captain's aide? He's usually by the bridge on deck 3. Can't miss him. Also, the captain's aide enjoys a sense of camaraderie among the crew, so try to high-five him any chance you get. He loves that. Yo, this is wild. This dream is wild. Okay, bye. See you a little bit later then. Okay, so let's go talk to the Mies, the other Mies, I guess. My wife, yeah, Kermit. This is my wife's stuff right here. Ajax, yeah, they've got me. The wife's got me working on the trip right here. That's hilarious. Ooh, pick up this lemon. Yeah. That is some point and click right there. Pick up the shaker, absolutely. Turn on the water. Why not? I'm just gonna let that run, of course. Examine the dumbwaiter. It's a dumbwaiter. Yep, sure is. It's used to send things between decks. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have to use that. Let's call it. Anything in there? Ooh, a bowl. Bowl might be useful. Pick up gin. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm getting a lot of stuff here. Vermouth. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a drink, aren't I? I'm gonna have to make a drink. Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna have to make a steak, aren't I? Okay, let's wait, was there more downstairs? I want to see if there's more on the first floor. The Wet Bandit. It's a standard issue life preserver. I love Home Alone. Classic. No, okay, I think we have to go to deck 2. Examine the mermaid. It's a decorative mermaid statuette. An intercom. Oh, sure. Call the kitchen. Kitchen here. Who am I talking to? Second Prep Chef Victor 84. Who are you? I'm Victor Neff. That's not a proper call sign. I don't think you should be using the intercom until you've got an assignment, cadet. Go see the supervisor in your section and he'll set you up. Alright, I think he's on deck 3. Yep, that's gotta be him. Open lid. It's empty. Welcome aboard, cadet. I'm Victor 3, Captain Alicia Neff's aide. I'm essentially her right hand on board this ship. Your orders from the bridge will come through me. The captain has a full plate and doesn't have time to micromanage individual cadets. You got that? Yes, sir. First of all, we need to designate you a call sign so people know what to call you. How does Victor 6 strike you? Vic 6? That's cool. Sounds good, I guess. Good. Here's your badge. From now on, if you hear Victor 6 over the PA system, that means you. I haven't heard anything about your assignment yet, but why don't you just get acquainted with the boat and crew for now? They might need assistance, so that'll be a good opportunity to make yourself useful. You think you can handle that, cadet? Yes, sir. Good. Oh, and before I forget, here's the key to cabin 1. That's where you bunk from now on. The lower bunk should be available. Make yourself at home. Is there anything else? How many crew members are there? Currently, we house over 1,500 passengers aboard. Holy shit. And in total, there are over 250 crew members doing various tasks. But the ship is vast, and sections rarely interact. The bridge lies beyond the store. That's where the captain and her command officers control everything aboard. Perform your duty well, and one day you might be able to join them. We're on the top deck section of the ship. Besides us, there's the bartender, the ship's servant, and the busboy. I'd like to see the captain, please. Direct contact with the captain is for members of the command staff only. And that's way above your rank. So in order to see the captain, I need to get promoted. Not only that, you need to be promoted to a command position. And you'll only get promoted if you impress her consistently, which is a tall order. The command staff are considered the elite aboard. If you hear the voice on the PA system, it's one of them. To you, that's the voice of God. Are you a member of the command staff? No, not yet. But according to our latest crew evaluation, I'm next in line for a promotion. Okay, that's all. Come see me again once you're settled in. I might have received an assignment from command by then. If you manage to impress them, there might be another assignment after that. All right. We can do it. We can do it. We're big worky boys. We can do it. Oh, I'm gonna go back there because oh, look at this lazy, good for nothing. I'm guessing you're the new guy, huh? Nice to meet you. I'm Victor 7. I'm the ship's head servant. The captain's aide told me to help you out. Is there anything I can do? Sure thing. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but there's a bit of a rat infestation aboard. I just saw one scuttle into the hole by the door over there. If you want, you can help me eradicate them. Sure, what do I need to do? As far as I can tell, they build their nests into the walls. You need to locate all the nests and bait them with poison. How many nests are there? I've seen 7 so far. Sounds good? Consider it done. Great. Here's the rat poison. There's only a little bit left, but I think it'll be enough to bait the nests. Don't handle that stuff lightly, mind you. The poison is potent enough to kill a full-grown man. Gee. Where can I find the nests? There's one by the door there. The other ones might be harder to find. But just walk around the decks and you should be able to find them. All right. Let's poison some rats. I've put some poison in the hole. What's going on in this porthole? Nothing. Can I go in? Oh, another lazy good for nothing. Standard issue radio receiver. Probably used for listening to music during the off hours. Power outlet. It's a power outlet. Dishes. Pile of dirty dishes. Anything in the locker? No. Who? Who are you? I'm the new crew member, apparently. I didn't think you were due until tomorrow. Guess I was early. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. I'm Victor Ford, the chief busboy. How come you haven't got your badge on? I just haven't put it on yet. Sort that out as soon as you can. The captain's awfully strict when it comes to proper appearance. Are you getting used to life on board? It still feels very unfamiliar. Don't worry about it. Once you have an assignment, you'll get used to it. About that. The captain's aide told me to make myself useful and help you guys out. Is there anything you need? If you want, you can clean the desk over there. I do it myself, but I'm on my break. Sure, I could do that. Thanks. It needs to be sent to the kitchen. How do I get to the kitchen? You don't. You use the dumbwaiter by the bar. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I've been waiting to use that. Let's go. I got the dirty dishes. I'm on dish duty. Do we see any rat holes? Ajax, what happened to the original Vixen? Oh shit, fuck, good question. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, why am I Victor 6? That's a great question. Alright, cabin 1. Oh yeah, let me use my key. Okay, home sweet home. The lamp is screwed to the desktop. I guess that comes in handy during rough weather. Standard issue radio receiver. Same things. Nothing out of the ordinary. Top bunk looks well made. This bunk belongs to the bartender. Oh, nice. The bartender's my roommate. Bottom bunk is mine. According to the captain's aide, this bunk is mine. Looks mildly uncomfortable. Okay. Turn warm water tap. Okay, we got warm water over here. Something to note. Wooden desk chair. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any rat holes in here. Leave the cabin. Leave the cabin! Oh god, did we glitch? Do we have a glitch? Are we glitching? Oh, do I have to turn the water off? Terrible. Terrible. Do we have the rat poison? Did I poison this? Do I need to get the dishes again? We didn't lose too much progress. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm the new crew member. Give me your dishes. Give me your dishes. I want your dishes. I have a wild dish obsession. You don't even want to know what I'm going to do with these dishes. You don't even want to know. Sure, I can do that. Okay, goodbye. Bam. Right back to where we were. Not a problem. Yep, looks like the outdoors to me. There really wasn't anything in my room. What's up with this mermaid? Alright, let's send those dishes. We're so good at that. Send it to the kitchen. Okay, do I have to like go back to that guy and tell him that I... Oh, nothing there. No rat holes around here either. Any rat holes over here? No. Kermit, one of my favorite Doctor Who episodes is when he has to escape a Time Lord prison and re-teleport himself there for a billion years. That's too long. I've never really watched too much Doctor Who. I was never able to get into it, but that sounds cool. I advise you to put your badge on, man. Well, I need a badge. I don't have a badge. I don't really have one. I wasn't given one. Let me just open my cabin. Okay. What's going on in this room that I can't get into? Okay, I sent the stuff up to dumbwaiter. Is there a maybe my badge is in my room? But we got glitched. Hopefully we don't get glitched again. Home sweet home. Oh, I do have a badge. Holy. Oh, where right side up is number 6 or upside down is number 9. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't even realize that I had a badge. The badge has a big 6 on it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm badged up. Do I have to tell the guy that I did his dishes, his dirty work? Have you baited all the nests for me? No, not yet, man. I can't even find those nests. There's only one around. There's got to be more to this boat. But I did your thing, bus boy. Have you cleaned the desk yet? Yep, sent it all back. Great work. Thanks. Do you have anything else for me to do? Not right now, but check with the other crew members. They might have tasks for you. Okay. Let me check with the barman. He's probably going to ask me to make a drink, because I have all those things. And then eventually I'll need to switch my badge to number 9. For something. I don't know what, though. Anything I can do? Tending requires years of training. It's a really huge responsibility. Okay, how do I start training? This book is a good place to start. The Ultimate Drink Book. A comprehensive guide to cocktails from around the world. That's it? I just read this? Knowing the recipes is only the beginning. You can train a monkey to follow a recipe. That doesn't make him a bartender. The hard part is doing them with flair and finesse. Do that, and I'll tell the captain's aide that you've helped me. What do I need to do? Mix me a martini. You'll find everything you need around the bar. If you mess up, just rinse the shaker in the sink and start again. Okay, so let's make a martini, gang. The Ultimate Drink Book. Americano, Bloody Mary, Gin Sling, Manhattan, Martini. 3 parts gin. 3 parts gin, 6 parts vermouth. 6 parts vermouth, 1 part lemon juice. Stir ingredients in bar shaker, strain into a chilled cocktail glass, and twist some lemon peel over the top. Okay. So 3, 6, 1. 3 parts gin, 6 parts vermouth. So 3 parts gin. 1, 2. Oh, okay. No, it automatically does it. Okay. Vermouth. Poured a dash of vermouth into the shaker, and then it was 1 part lemon juice. I've squeezed some lemon juice in the shaker. Lo and behold, I have created a martini. Pour it into the glass. The drink is already mixed. Yeah, just use it. Oh, I see. That is the martini. Oh, okay. And then there's already lemon in it. Oh, okay. I did it. Oh, I'm great. I'm so good. Here you go, buddy. There we go. Let's taste, shall we? That's a surprisingly decent martini. Just what I needed. Sweet liquor makes time go quicker. I'll tell the captain's aide that you helped me out. Thanks. All right, okay. So, let's flip this. So I just need the rat man. Still haven't heard anything about your assignment. Have you helped all your fellow crew members? Not yet, but I have some questions about what I'm supposed to do. No, that's a... Okay. I don't know where all these holes, the rat holes are. I didn't see any, but what if I will I trick him if I take this and I wear upside down as number 9? Will that do something? Victor 9, what can I... Oh, Victor 6, I see you've mistakenly put your badge on upside down. Let me correct that for you. You're lucky I noticed that. The captain's very strict on dress code. Well, where can I find the rest of these holes, man? You should bait all 3 rat nests in this part of the ship. Nothing like rat feces in your soup. This spoiled perfectly good luxury cruise. Okay, so there's 2 other rat holes. It's quite small. Let's see. I mean, there's not a ton of places it could be. I guess I'm not seeing anything though. They've got to be in the rooms. There's got to be one in here or something. Ah, yeah, right. Come on. So hard to see. Put some poison in the hole. Okay. All right, so let me go into the other rooms and just feel around. Maybe I need to put on the 9 and have someone and trick someone to give me a key. Examine the bed. It's a single bed. Brilliant deduction. What happens if I trick this guy? Victor 9, what can I... Oh, Victor 6. Okay, yeah, he knows too. Where is this last rat hole? Okay, they all know. Oh, there's the other rat hole. Oh, yeah. That's all of it, which is just as well since I'm all out of poison. All right. What? What? Victor 6, report to the captain's aid. I repeat, Victor 6, report to the captain's aid. I was just there, but okay, okay. There you are. Has my assignment arrived yet? I just received the briefing. It's a doozy. There might even be a big promotion in it if you play your cards right. As you might have heard, one of our crew members went AWOL recently. I didn't know that, sir. It's unfortunate, but sometimes these things happen. According to initial reports, he was seen drinking late last night. Oh, God. But the captain suspects somebody might be withholding information. Why does she suspect that? Because the initial reports contradict each other. Some say they saw him drinking, some say he never touched a drop. It doesn't add up. Has this happened before? It's pretty rare, but yeah, these things happen now and then. You sound pretty unconcerned. The way I see it, he's probably passed out drunk somewhere below deck. That's usually the case when people miss a shift. I think he'll show up sooner or later. Who's the missing crew member? His call sign is Victor 11. He worked as a sun deck steward. He's always seemed very reliable to me, but I haven't had much contact with him. Protocol states we have to inform his next of kin 24 hours after the disappearance. That hour's approaching quickly, and the captain wants to be able to tell them something more substantial than, sorry, we seem to have misplaced your son. Could foul play be behind the disappearance? I guess all options have to be considered until we've found evidence to rule them out. Why is the captain giving me this assignment? Since you arrived today, you're the most impartial crew member aboard. You didn't know any of the crew, and you have no reason to lie. That puts you in a unique position to actually find out what happened. What does the sun deck guy do? He basically takes care of passengers who are sunbathing. It could be anything from applying sunscreen to managing deck chair reservations. The captain wants you to investigate this disappearance. Talk to his fellow crew members and find out what they know. Where he was last seen. Did he talk to anyone about leaving? Is he hiding from something? That sort of thing. Where do I begin? Talk to the other crew members. Examine the sun deck where he used to work. Check out his quarters. Maybe he'll have something behind. Who knew him best? I can't say I'm the one to talk about this. He shared cabins with Victor Seven, the head servant. He ought to know him pretty well. I won't let the captain down, sir. With this assignment, you've been promoted to the rank of Assistant 4th Class. Perform your duty admirably, and there might be another promotion down the line. Come back to me if you find anything or need my help. I might be able to nudge you in the right direction. Sick. All right, guys, I'm going to save there for tonight, and I'm going to do another Dream Machine stream this week, like we did last week, because I really love this game. I want to finish it before Halloween, and we're going to do that. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. You know, I love you so much, and I really appreciate you guys coming out to support and hanging out with me tonight. We will do Thursday again for the Dream Machine, the next Dream Machine stream, and I will let you guys know before that happens. But until then, good night, everybody. Take it easy, and don't be cajoled into watching ads for toilet paper. All right, good night, gang.